Go long for season-long foliar disease protection that starts at plant. Only Xyway brand fungicides from FMC provide season-long foliar disease protection from the start. Active ingredient flutriafol moves through your corn plants as they grow for inside-out protection from roots to tassel. Growers and retailers are sharing their Xyway brand fungicide success stories at xyway.ag.fmc.com. Always read and follow all label directions.
Sometimes in life, you find yourself on the right side of the line.
Do you think there's a little PTSD somewhere in there in the biathlon? I mean, you've got somebody wore out to their wits' end, and now you're going to hand them a rifle? Is that really a good idea?
I mean, I'd be like that one girl, Carrie Strug, and she made that jump with a broken ankle. I could do that.
Live from Texas, this is the Dryline Farmer Podcast. You hear that? It's Brent and Landon, and this is the Dryline Farmer Podcast.
All right, well, if you couldn't hear that, that was Landon talking over my intro, but whatever the case, that does mean he's here. Landon, it's been a week, and we're still going. How's it going?
Oh, it's good. It's good to be back on a normal schedule.
So, today you went out and didn't go outside at all, and tomorrow we can go play some golf, right?
That's true. I'm bringing my sticks tomorrow.
That's nice, man. It was, what did it get up to, like 22 or 3?
Yeah, if even. It was cool.
So I got out this morning, and it was about 10 or 11 with a 10-mile-an-hour wind chill, and I went on Google and did the math. It was about a negative 3 or 4 or 5 wind chill. For us, that's starting to get pretty cold for us. So, yeah, it's but tomorrow it's going to be 68 to 69 degrees. Usually a day after like today, it blows 68 or 69 miles an hour. But for some miracle, it's going to jump literally 60 degrees from this morning's low to tomorrow's high. So there's your weather report for the next several days. But it's going to be a fun episode. We decided we're going to class it up because it's the winter time and time it's kind of, we're kind of slow right now. So we've got more time to kill on the internet. You got YouTube, you got Facebook, you got Twitter, you got Instagram, you got Netflix, you got Hulu, you got, let's see, what else, Landon? Not on your phone, but for the rest of us that have phones that were made, in the last few years. We've got, what else? You've got Minesweeper, don't you, Landon? No, you got the Snake game on your phone?
Oh, man, I love Snake.
Dude, I played that on my Nokia back in college, and I'll never forget an intermediate macro. I only went once a week, and it was I only went once a week because I had a lab that took place after that class. So I decided, well, I'll kill time here because this could have been a hard class, but this professor would go over the actual test the day before, the session before the test was when we were going to have the test. So there was literally no point to go into class because, why?
So when you were in that class, you would play Snake, and then the other days you would skip it to play a different kind of Snake?
No, I would. Not in the daytime. I mean, not that early in the day because it was like a nooner. Well, I don't even remember what time it was. I just remember that I had, time to kill, so I figured, well, I forget even what I did on the days I didn't show up.
You didn't go to college when you were 40, did you?
When I was, that's every guy. I mean, come on, that's why you go to college, to release all those pheromones. But but no, that could have been a hard class if he would have, not gone over the actual test verbatim, the class before. But I'm just glad he didn't because it would have been a much harder B to get. So anyway, but yeah. It was either Snake or it was the crossword in the University Daily, which now I believe they call it the Matador or something. But whatever the case, the UD was it was another liberal rag, which was kind of shocking since we were in like the most conservative city in the country. But whatever the case, yeah. So Landon, were you a big UD reader?
I was.
Yeah.
Really wasn't anything else to do in class.
No, there wasn't pay attention or nothing like that, so I got kind of bored and everything. But whatever the case, so yeah, we decided we're going to class it up this week because, as I was saying, I was going, killing time on the internet, and I came across the Maury Povich, "You Are Not the Father" clips, and that was my day all day today and yesterday because even though it's a rerun, the same thing. I mean, they're actual different people, but and that's my cat underneath the table playing with something. But whatever the case, it's hard to decipher whether this is the best acting that you ever seen or these people are that horrible. So we're gonna get into that, and I'm gonna play a couple clips, and hopefully we can stay under the copyright police report or whatever it is, the APB they put out. But we're gonna get to that. We've got one more ad to play, and then we'll get to it because it's Maury time on the Dryline Farmer Podcast.
It changes everything. So says Indiana corn grower Nathan Davis about innovative Xyway LFR fungicide from FMC. Xyway brand fungicides are the first and only at-plant corn fungicides to provide unprecedented season-long inside-out foliar disease protection. Discover more grower and retailer success stories at xyway.ag.fmc.com. Always read and follow all label directions.
Right now, one way or another. When it comes to 1-year-old Khalees, Jose, you are not.
Is that how you and Kimmy met, Landon? So this show, it brings a whole lot of questions, like real serious questions to mind. First of all, let's see. What do you figure the stage support system's constructed from? Because as we get deeper into this show, most of the white girls on there aren't anywhere close below $2.50. I mean, it's got to be more than a cinder block. It's got to be solid reinforced concrete with rebar and everything on it, man.
Yeah, you gotta kind of like the basement on Gilbert Grape.
Yeah.
You gotta reinforce that thing.
They got to chain him down like Sloth in or whatever his name is in the Goonies. So yeah, but so a few things, Landon. We're gonna play this one more time, and you tell me. I'm gonna put this on full screen, and I'm gonna see if Landon can see this. And let's see. I'm scrubbing. Okay. Okay, now I'm Wi-Fiing.
You know what's really so funny? How you called me last night and told me not to come, right? Man, I wanted my
Jose, I just want to talk to you. Jose, you go over your home.
I don't care.
Sit down.
This ain't about me.
Sit
This
down.
about my kids. So won't you quit being an immature little...
There
A lot
we
of
go.
aggression.
Check out the gymnastics on this cat.
When it comes to 1-year-old Khalees, Jose, you are not.
Now, Landon, you think he's a U.S. gymnast, or what is that?
That is pure jubilation.
I would say unrestrained jubilation.
Oh,
Oh, man. So, right there, you know these women know. I mean, they know this ain't the baby daddy.
well, they know there's a chance it's not.
1-year-old Isaiah, Jay, you are not.
It's amazing how when the guy's not the father, he turns in from the bad guy to the good guy,
Yeah.
and it's like in a trial. It's like the plaintiff and the defendant switch.
Yeah. Now the hunter becomes the hunted.
Yeah, the student becomes the teacher.
And now I am the master.
Comes to 1-year-old Isaiah, Amir, you are not.
The best is in the later episodes when they put music to it. Now Maury's got the results in his hand now, and that's why everybody's cheering. I mean, these women, they talk mad shit before the results come out.
When it comes to 3-year-old Caden, Dante, you are not.
Oh, see, on this one she prematurely jumped up. And now, if y'all aren't familiar with the Maury shows, they all immediately get up, jump, and go backstage and run.
Wouldn't it be funny if Maury was like the subject on one of these episodes?
So,
I am not the father.
that was another question I think I had. So, do you think Maury Povich is a TV Nikola Tesla or the Antichrist? Yeah, I mean, I don't think, I think he's actually helping a few people here, but I don't really think he's maybe the Antichrist per se. But whatever the case, it's great television. So that leads me into my next question. Is this the best casting of amateur actors ever produced?
Well, it beats the daytime judge shows.
Yeah, definitely. Well, now Judge Judy, she's like the highest paid TV, like one of the highest paid TV personalities like in history. She makes like, I don't know what it is, because I think she's like maybe a producer, executive producer, and then I think she makes 20, 30, 40 million a year or something like that. But whatever.
Even more than Judge Mathis.
What does he make?
I don't know. I just always liked watching him better.
Why's that? Oh, here I can share the screen with you. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I just liked him.
I don't know. I just like that show. Let's see here. All right, show. There we go. All right, now sharing. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
You still can't hear it, though, is the problem.
First of all, you're going to take care of Jayla, aren't you?
I got the girl. Yeah,
Okay.
Look at her now. Look at her now.
Here, I'm going to put on. See if I can put on the closed caption.
That. We've already seen your face.
The DNA test proved Jose is the father of only one of the
Get ready.
twins.
Drum roll.
Oh, yeah, this is the. Okay, so we need.
Raymond, you are not
Uh.
the father. Case of 1-year-old Jayla.
Okay.
Stupid looking ass.
So this is the guy with commentary over it. So he already stole the copyright from the Maury Povich. So I don't think they can get you if you're secondhand copyright. But this
Is
one.
Is it okay to steal a stolen copyright?
Did you see that deal on Twitter the other day about when you file your taxes that you have to report anything that you have stolen? Have you not seen that? Oh,
No.
yeah, and I think it was the real deal. It's like if you this includes any illegal activities, you must report to the IRS. Like if you stole anything or embezzled any money or anything, you have to report that. Otherwise, they'll come after you. Anyway,
Yeah.
it was so awesome. Okay, here we go. Now, oh yeah, so this next person or next whatever you want to call her, she had twins. All right, and he's giving the results of each twin. Okay. And the look on their face is like, I'm going to look shocked, but I know. Okay, here we go.
In the case of 1-year-old Jayla, Jose, you are the father.
So that's the first twin. You are the father. She throws like a tissue or something at him.
In the case
This is
of
the other
1-year-old
twin.
Julius, Jose, you are not the father.
You are not the father.
Wait a second.
Now this dude's got a mouthful of teeth like he's a beaver building a
First
dam.
of all, you're going to take care of Jayla, aren't you?
I got the girl. Yeah,
Okay.
look at her
Yeah,
now.
because look at me, man.
Wait
I'm
a
a
second, but I want to
A
explain
little
to
too late for that.
everybody
We've already
about
seen
I'm a
your
bowl
face.
full of I'm a bowl full of morality, man.
Get ready.
Oh, it's so beautiful. But I didn't even think that was possible. So before we started recording, I almost called you Kimmy because I was reading the name on the deal. Landon and I were looking this up, and that is possible. It is extremely rare, as it should be. But yes, twins can have different fathers. Now, the name of the phenomenon, I misread it. I thought it said this rare phenomenon is called whoring, but apparently on Healthline, that's not what it's called. But in rare cases, fraternal twins can be born from two different fathers in a phenomenon called heteropaternal superfecundation. Superfecundation. Heteropaternal superfecundation. I don't even know if that's how you say it or not. Although uncommon, unless you're watching the Maury Povich show, which it is on every week, at least I think it's a Thursday show. They always have the special, I got two twins and one of them's got a different daddy, that kind of thing. But that's always on Thursdays. I would think they would save it for a Friday to really go into a good weekend. But whatever the case, although uncommon, rare cases have been documented where a woman is pregnant by two different men at the same time. In order to figure out if this is the case, the DNA paternity test can be done after the birth of the twins. So this is an no, it's not an agricultural show.
I wonder how hard it is to get welfare from both people. I
would think it would be pretty simple if you got the DNA test. There's no question.
I guess so.
If you've done something impressive, if you can go into the welfare office and make the welfare people shake their heads.
Yeah.
Or say, for real?
you have arrived.
Yeah. So
I have half brother twins.
Oh, he's my half brother. Oh yeah? How far apart are you? About 2 minutes.
1 minute.
Do what?
1 minute.
Oh man, that is just you don't think it's possible, Landon. Did you think that was possible? I didn't.
I didn't either. What if Shaquille O'Neal was the father of one, and then Michael Phelps was the father of the other one? Oh, that wasn't so bad, and then the second one's coming.
One's like Joe Biden, and the other was Donald Trump. Can you imagine the fight in that womb? Oh man,
the first kid is 12 inches and 3 pounds, and the second one is 36 inches and 14 pounds.
She told me I was the only group man she'd ever been with.
I was actually watching a roast clips the other night, and I guess I don't know if they were roasting Shaq or he was just one of the guests, but they were just making mad dog fun of it. It was pretty legit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the first one's mine.
Anyway, it's pretty good stuff. But so anyway, Landon, the great thing about it is after it's revealed that the dude is not the father, this guy goes from being nervous before a guilty or not guilty verdict to a contestant on The Price is Right, man, because he goes screaming down those aisles of the crowd, high-fiving and fist bumping and pumping the air, dude. It's unbelievable. It's
how I would feel if I just found out I get to play Plinko.
That's right. Well, it's a new car. That's what they should do. They should play the Price is Right music is what they ought to do. Whenever
have the cliffhanger guy going up the
Okay, Landon. So Landon, hang on here. So this is what they need to play if Okay, hang on. Okay, so this is what they need to play if they are not the father. All right, and this is what they need to play if they are the father. This is as Maury's going over to get the page. Oh man, that would really take it up another notch. But really, all a talk show needs to really take it to the next level is the sound effects. But yet, Maury can do it without the sound effects, and that's pretty impressive if you really want to be honest.
It's impressive to have a successful reality show with just using DNA
and lie detector tests. So The lie detector tests have a little different because the dudes always say, "Oh, that ain't right. That's lie. That's lie." And so they got of course, he's always a white dude that gives the paternity test. He's got his tie on, and I mean, this dude's like ultra superfly white. And so they ask him, he's like, well, he told the truth about this, but then he told a lie about this. And anyway, it was just, oh man, it's just so glorious. So that brings me to another question: are we damned to hell for loving it? Because they always show the video of the baby that's got tested. How bad are we? I mean,
yeah. Regardless of the result, the kid is going to lose in this deal.
Yes. Basically, no chance. So, in regards to the parents / whatever they are, what do you think their employment status is? Currently in between jobs.
I don't know. Some of them are dressed nice.
They're dressed, yeah, that's true. Some of them are. Some of them do have some ties on, and it's probably because they just come from the parole board or something. But whatever the case, it's kind of scary. And their education levels. You say, huh?
Minimum 8th grade, because they learn sex ed.
So, Landon, we talked about that offline the other day, and you were overhearing your fellow 8th grade buddies when you were in 8th grade talking about the nasty, and you were like, what?
Yeah. Even after I took sex ed in 8th grade, I think I knew less than I knew before.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, but did y'all check out that sweet reverse layup I made this afternoon at practice? But and then another thing on these babies, they're always talking about, he looks just like you. He's got your nose. He even got my mustache. It's like, what they need is like a band of grandmothers to come in that are visiting or the great grandmothers that come in visiting, telling everybody who this 6-hour-old baby looks like. She doesn't look like anybody but a 6-hour-old baby. And let him get the goo off of the baby first before you saying who he looks like.
Even grandma can't beat a DNA test.
Maybe they just have the grandma test, but they've got grandmas on this. There was one clip I saw. The daughter and the mother were both at least 3.5 bills. The mom was in a scooter, was in a rascal. And I feel sorry for that sore little rascal. But anyway, they were talking. This was the third time they were on.
He's in the Walmart shopping cart.
Oh, man, dude. I mean, this goes back to the whole how strong did they make that soundstage. But holy crap, dude. It was something else. I mean.
What did the professor say on the Waterboy? Mama is wrong again.
got a big, got all them teeth. And no toothbrush.
They got all them babies and no father.
Yeah, that's right. They got a father, they just don't know which one it is.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So I'm pretty sure all the white people on this show are from Louisiana that ever show up. Or maybe Mississippi, Alabama, but whatever the case. All the white people kind of look the same. They're all blonde, out of work. The women are always bigger than the men. And, I mean, it's basically like you're going to a state fair, and they don't have a microphone. They're not mic'd up. So, and what's really impressive on these shows is you've got this 300 to 400-pound woman sitting in this chair talking mad junk to this dude that she thinks is her baby daddy. And the microsecond that Maury says not, they hop out of their chair like they're Jackie Joyner Kersey and haul ass backstage up the stairs. Meanwhile, you've got this cameraman with his number 2 following behind him carrying 80,000 feet of cord. And they are, I mean, dude, they are in lockstep like a pair of losers going down a sled, dude. It is so awesome. I mean, they stay with it. And then Maury, he comes in there with his, Father Chamberlain arm around the shoulder, and it's just, and then this dude is over Maury's shoulder, and I love how they talk to Maury like he's like their old friend, man. Maury, I'm here today to tell you, Maury, just like, dude, you just met Maury Pope. Of course, I mean, I guess if they watch him on TV all the time, I guess they do feel like they're best friends.
You probably do a little research before going on that show.
Yeah. So as I got into another clip, I guess every once in a while they have decoys in the green room. You know, the green room is where you wait to go on stage or whatever. And anyway, so they showed this clip of this guy, and he was, I don't know if this was a lie detector test show or a DNA test show, but whatever the case. I think it was a lie detector test show. Anyways,
It was awesome.
whatever the case, it was 10 shades of you can't believe how awesome this is. Anyway, so they put a decoy in the green room, and yes, sure enough, this dude starts hitting on her, and they're making out, and then I'm just like, this has got to be staged. But you know, it's kind of like fake boobies. It can be fake and still be an awesome show. I mean, hey, do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so this white dude, I mean, just trash. There's two girls in there. They got two girls in there, and they're doing this three-way kiss. Anyway, well, the reason they did that is because he's been trying to talk his black girlfriend into doing threesomes, and she doesn't want to do it because she's not that way and whatever. And, I mean, it's almost like this has got to be staged. There ain't nobody that stupid, but, yeah, there is. But I just want to know what they pay these people to come on. I mean, what do you think they pay him by the DNA test, the dude?
I bet it doesn't take much.
I mean, the appearance fee, yeah, you wouldn't think the appearance fee is very high because, I mean, that trailer they go back home to is not going to, you know, it's not going to stay locked down itself with the cinder blocks on the roof and everything, but.
It's like season tickets to NASCAR.
Yeah, that's a little too fancy, Landon. What are you talking about?
Ticket.
Landon? What are those rails on those dirt tracks where the cars have the big like H shaped fin on the top of the hood, top of the cab? You know what I'm talking about? Where they're drifting the whole time, but they got those real tall fins, the vertical fins on top of the cab.
I know what you're talking about. Like I don't know what it's called. But
Let's look it up here.
It's not motocross.
Not motocross. Dirt track.
Man, if you did get season tickets to that, you'd almost want it to be your kids so you could take them to go see it.
So you'd have somebody to go with.
Yeah, there you go.
Dirt track cars. Okay, here we go.
Raising this boy, right?
Meanwhile, he's like, I got my boy a jacket with my Marlboro miles. Okay, Landon, are you seeing it?
Oh yeah.
That's what I was talking about. That's what you thought I was talking about, right?
Yeah.
As it's loading up here. Okay. I don't know what you call those. I'm going to visit dirt track racing photography. You got to be careful when you look up dirt track because you don't know you got to make sure your filters are all set. Okay.
True.
Okay, the small town track is the fastest half mile on the East Coast. That's every woman that goes on the Maury Povich show. Okay. Here we go. That's probably not good podcasting doing the I guess they just call them sprint cars. Yeah, that's just what they call them. So nothing fancy. But yeah. You ever wanted to do that, Landon?
No.
That never. I thought it looks kind of fun. It looks like the front tires are implement tires. That's what they look like. Yeah. And they got the dirt. They got the slicks on the back, which I don't know why you have slicks on a dirt track. I guess so you can drift the whole time.
How come nobody ever makes these street legal and drive them around town?
So speaking of that, I was actually watching a clip today of a Ford GT versus a Ferrari. Was it a Ferrari? I think it was a Ferrari. Anyway, so the Ferrari had its, what was it? Are Ferraris 12 cylinders?
Beats me.
Okay, I don't know if that was anyway, whatever the case. So it had a regular engine that was like 700 horse, and then it had 3 electric motors on the front end that produced another 300 horse for a 1,000 horse car. Anyway, so it went up against this 700. No, was it a 700 or 800 horse? No. I think this Ford GT was tricked out to 1,000 horses, and I mean they were within 1/1000th of a second on a quarter mile. They ran like a, what was it? It wasn't a 10. It was less than 10. Was it a 10-second quarter? 10-second quarter, maybe at 145 miles an hour or something.
But 0 to 60 in like 2.8 seconds, whatever. It was pretty awesome. Basically, it all came down to who was the better driver because, at that point, whoever doesn't break loose on the front end is going to – am I boring you, Landon? Because Landon's looking over his shoulder now.
I got a kid coming down the stairs. I'm listening.
I didn't know you had a two-story house, fancy ass.
Yeah, turns out I was the father of this one.
Oh, man.
I had to do the right thing.
Did you do the right? Were you going to stay with her? So did you hear this?
Yeah, and since we're already married, we.
Oh man, did you hear Bob Barker in the background when you heard it too?
There you go.
Can you imagine if Bob Barker was instead of Maury Povich?
Dude, Bob Barker should be on that show because he'd be telling everybody to get spayed and neutered at the end of it.
He'd be telling everybody to get spayed and neutered at the beginning of it.
No shit.
If you or saying at least saying you think your day was bad, it's about to get a whole lot better.
Yeah.
Oh, Bob Barker doing Maury Povich, or that would be a dream. Or Alex Trebek, he'd always be, "What is? You are not the father, me motherfucker." Sorry, sir, we need that in the form of a question. Who is me, motherfucker?
Yeah. What am I gonna do now?
Oh man, that is awesome, classy stuff. So yeah. So Landon, what are you watching right now? Are you binging anything right now?
Oh, we just got done watching Cobra Kai.
Oh, okay. Why am I not surprised?
Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah. Well, it's okay. The first season's funny because it's a guy from the 80s that's kind of down on his luck, and he treats these little woke kids like shit. It's freaking great.
So it's the guy it's the bad guy coach, isn't it, from the movie?
Pretty much every character that is still alive from any of the first 3 Karate Kid movies is in this.
Everybody except Mr. Miyagi, so it ain't worth watching.
He's passed away.
Yeah.
This new season even had Carrie Underwood in it.
No kidding.
No kidding.
So I watched. I just finished actually about an hour ago. I just finished watching the 3rd season of Fargo, and it is oh so good. It is such a good TV show, man. It's right up there with Breaking Bad. It's got everything you want. It's got. They call it a dark comedy drama. It's not real funny, but that's not really what you're watching it for. So now the next series, next season I'm about to start has got Chris Rock in it, and so that's got to be some kind of awesome. It's got to have some kind of comedy in it, but yeah, it's pretty good TV show. And I don't know. I'm assuming you still haven't watched any more of What We Do in the Shadows.
No, dang it.
Yeah, because you've got literally no time to do anything like that.
I'll get there one. I guess I could just start doing it at work.
Yeah, because after about 10:30, you've got all those tickets that got God knows whose names on them. So
yeah, no kidding. How many ways can you spell wheat?
Yeah, or Mr. Carlson. Yeah, so anyway.
yeah. Mr. Carlson Brothers.
Mr. Carlson Brothers. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Well, Landon, we're going to get out of here. I think we've touched on a lot of poignant topics today. I just hope I never see you on there.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
So, guys, we hope you enjoyed this Ag Minute once again this week on the Dryline Farmer Podcast, brought to you on the Global Ag Network. Landon, where can we find you on Twitter?
You can find me at NoTwitLandon44.
That's right. You can find Brent, that's me, at Trader Brent, on Twitter, on Facebook. We're all over the place. I downgraded my SoundCloud subscription to free because I get about 2 episode downloads a week on it, so I didn't figure that was worth $20. And but check out our sponsor this week. It was FMC, and you could tell I didn't do it because it really sounded professional. So check us all over there. Hey, go give us a rating and review over there on iTunes, and give us a poor review so we can read it on the air. That way we know you're out there. And, yeah, so, guys, until next time, y'all be cool. Y'all stay safe. And until next time,
You are not the father.
What side of the line are you on?
The Dryline Farmer Podcast, a member of the Global Ag Network. There's podcasts, and then there's this, the Dryline Farmer Podcast.